Hello and welcome to a new tutorial. This is Daisy. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to convert and set up an EPSON ECOTANK 15000 into a sublimation printer. Also, we're going to be talking about everything you need to know before you start with the sublimation art. First, we're going to talk about what printers we can convert for sublimation. And those are the ones that do not use heat technology while printing. Most of the EPSON ECOTANK printers can be converted because these ones don't use heat technology while printing. I have converted an EPSON ECOTANK 2720, that is the most economic in price, and a 3760, and they both work great. These two print in letter size and legal size. Today I'm going to convert and set up an EPSON ECOTANK 15000. This one prints larger than the ones I mentioned before. This one prints letter size, legal size 11 by 17 and 13 by 19. And to print those sizes, I'm going to be using a sublimation paper. This is a high quality sublimation paper. I have used this paper since I started with sublimation, and I am very happy with its quality and price. This paper won't leave any wheel marks after printing. Dries fast, offers quick transfer properties, perfect to sublimate on soft surfaces like polyester fabric and hard surfaces like wood and ceramic. In the video description down below, you will find the link so you can visit their official website. Also, I'm going to leave you a coupon code for a special discount for my subscribers. I'm going to start setting up the EPSON ECOTANK printer. Something very important we need to know before starting this process. Do not use the ink that comes in the box. This one is not sublimation ink. We will need to use a special sublimation ink. Try to get high quality sublimation ink so you can get vivid and bright sublimation printings. I am using Hippo sublimation ink. Hippo sublimation ink comes in two types. For the first one, we need to use syringes to fill up the tanks. The syringes are included in the box. And the second one comes in bottles, easy to fill up. You can choose the one that best suits your needs. I'm going to leave the link in the video description down below so you can check it out. Carefully unpack the printer and remove all the protective tape. Now we're going to fill up the tanks using the sublimation ink. Like I mentioned before, I will be using Hippo sublimation ink, and I will be using the Easy Fill ink bottles. Lift up the top cover. The first tank is for the black ink, the second one for the cyan, the third for the magenta, and the last one for the yellow. It is imperative to follow this order. I will start filling the black color. Put it on top of the first tank, press it a little, and let it fill up by itself. It is very easy to fill up the tanks using the easy to fill up bottles from Hippo. If you wish to use the ones with the syringes, check out my other tutorial where I show you how to do this process. I will leave the link in the video description down below. Continue with the rest until you finish with the yellow one. Remember to use this order: black, cyan, magenta, and yellow. Now let's plug the printer to the power. Raise the control panel, then press the power button to turn on the product. Next, follow the prompts on the screen. It will indicate you to input your language, country, date, and time. When the message to see the start here appears, press and hold the help button for 5 seconds. Then click on proceed. When the ink confirmation message appears, select done to start charging the ink. Ink charging takes approximately 10 minutes. Follow the on-screen instructions to adjust the printer. Place regular printer paper on the cassette. This is just to print the alignment papers. After this, we're going to charge it with sublimation paper. It's going to print 5 pages that will help us to align the printer. For the first printing, it's going to ask us to check which option we got, continuous lines or intermittent. Mine are continuous, so I'm going to select that option. Now click OK to continue with the second printing. For the second printing, it's giving us 2 options. We need to select the patterns that shows no gap or dark lines, 1 for each option. Select your patterns and continue with the next printing. And do the same with the 3 remaining printings. And we are done adjusting the printer. Now it's recommending to connect the fax. I am not using the fax, so I will move to the next step. Now we're going to install the software to the computer. For the software, we need to visit the link that comes in the instruction manual or the one on the screen. Scroll down and click on download. Once installed, open it and click OK. The installing process is going to take some time, like 10 minutes approximately. Accept the license agreement. Click on Install. Click Yes. Click on the box when ink charging is complete, then click Next. Here we're going to select the connection. I'm going to select wireless connection and click Next. Leave it on recommended and click Next. This will take some time, from 5 to 10 minutes approximately. Now click on Print Test Page and Next. And here is the test page. That means the printer is ready to start printing sublimation designs. Now let's move to the next step. We're going to charge the printer with sublimation paper. I am going to be using sublimation paper. It's very important that we use high quality sublimation paper. I have been using sublimation paper since I started with sublimation, and I am very happy with the quality and price. Sub leaves no wheel marks after printing. Perfect to sublimate soft and hard substrates. Another advantage of sub is that it comes in different sizes: letter size, legal, 11 by 17 inches and 13 by 19 inches. Down below in the video description, I will leave the link for the official website so you can visit them and explore their products. I will also leave a coupon code for a special discount for my subscribers. Let's charge the printer with the sublimation paper. If you are using letter or legal size, you may charge it in the cassette below the printer. Insert the paper with the glossy or printable side down. Then pull out the output tray. Now this was for the letter and legal size. Now if we are going to print an 11 by 17 or a 13 by 19, those will need to be inserted in the back of the printer. When you insert paper on the back of the printer, the glossy or printable side go up. The printer is ready to start printing the first sublimation designs. But before, we're going to set up the printing preferences so we don't have to do this process every time we print. Go to Printers and Scanners on your computer. Select your sublimation printer. Click on Manage. Click on Printing Preferences. On Paper Source, we can select either Paper Tray, Paper Cassette, or Auto Select. I'm going to leave Auto Select. On Document Size, I'm going to leave Letter Size because that is the one that I'm going to be using the most. On Paper Type, we're going to select Premium Presentation Paper Matte. On Quality, select High. select Print Preview. Go to More Options, and this one is a very important step. We need to select Mirror Image. When printing for sublimation, it's very important to select Mirror Image. Now click OK, and the preferences are already set up, so we don't have to do it every time we print. I will start working with the design with the free graphic design program Inkscape. If you don't have it yet, go to inkscape.org and download it. It is a very easy to use program. Find the link in the video description down below. Also in my channel, I have tutorials of how to use Inkscape. Go to File, Import, open the folder where you have your design, select, and open. Click OK. This design, you can download it for free from my website. I'm going to leave the link in the video description down below. It's a very big design, and this is because it's a high quality design. Like this, you're going to obtain a good quality sublimation printing. Now we're going to resize it. Go to the size bar above and change it to inches. Click on the lock and start resizing. Make sure it fits inside the rectangle. Whatever is in this rectangle is going to be printable. Go to the lower right corner and maximize the canvas. Now go to File, click on Document Properties, and you're going to see this window. Here we're going to select the paper that we're going to be printing. In this case, I'm going to select letter size. After this one, I'm going to print a bigger size. Here you can select portrait or landscape. Now resize it to your liking. You can use the arrows around it, or if you need to print at a specific measurements, change to exact measurements above in the size bar. Now that it's ready to print, go to File, click on Print. Here, since we already set up the printing preferences, we can just click on Print. But let's click on Preferences just to make sure. Make sure it's on Premium Presentation Paper Matte, on High Quality, Print Preview, and in More Options, make sure it's on Mirror Image, and close the window. We are not going to change anything. Now click on Print. And here is a preview of how it's going to print. Make sure it's on mirror mode, then click on Print. And here we have the first sublimation printing. If you notice that the design looks a little dull, do not worry. Sublimation ink activates with heat. After pressing, you will get a very vivid and bright color. That's why it's very important to pick high quality sublimation paper and ink. Now we're going to print a bigger design using a 13 by 19 sublimation paper. Go to File, Import, select the image you wish to print, open, click OK, and resize it either with the arrows or on the size bar above. Now, since that size is not on the list on the right, we're going to input manually. On the width, I'm going to type 12.95. I know the paper is 13 by 19, but if we type 13, it's not going to recognize it when printing. So on the width, we're going to type 12.95 by 19. Make sure it's in inches and resize it to fit inside the rectangle or to your specific measurements. When ready, go to File, click on Print. Now click on Preferences, and here on Document Size, select User Defined. And make sure it has the same measurements as we input before. In this case, 12.95 by 19. And click OK. And OK. And print. And this is how it's going to look. Now make sure it's on mirror mode and print. And here we have our first sublimation printing in 2 sizes. Now we're going to move to the next step. Now let's talk about what blank items we can use for sublimation. Let's start with the fabric. We can sublimate fabric that contains mostly polyester. 65% polyester above works best. I have even sublimated items with 50% polyester and 50% cotton, and it still works. For example, the blouse that I'm using is 50-50. After several washes, it still looks great. This sweater is also 50-50, and I have washed it several times, and it still looks good. These are examples of sublimation in 50% polyester. Now, if we use 60% polyester and above, we know for sure that we're going to get a high quality sublimated item. This one is 100% polyester t-shirt. Also, the colors you can sublimate are white mostly and light colors like this other one over here. I have sublimated on these colors and it still looks good, but it has to be very light colors. This one is a 95% polyester sublimated garden flag. I made this one myself. If you would like to learn how to sew garden flags or any other sublimation blanks, I invite you to check my tutorials in my channel. I'm going to leave you the links in the video description down below. There are a lot of polyester items that we can sublimate. For example, the t-shirts, garden flags that we already mentioned, tote bags, cosmetic bags, pillowcases, sequin fabric, and many more. We can also sublimate on ceramic mugs, magic mugs, tiles, wood, and many more hard surfaces. Today I'm going to sublimate 2 cushion pillowcases. To press the sublimation designs, we're going to need a heat press. And if you are pressing small designs, an easy press will work too. For the mugs, we're going to need a mug press or a convection oven. A convection oven is perfect to sublimate skinny tumblers. Now we're going to move to the last step. We're going to press the design. I'm going to sublimate a small pillowcase for the letter size printing and a bigger one for the 13 by 19 inches printing. For this process, we're going to need heat-resistant tape. This to secure the design to the item so it doesn't move while pressing to prevent ghosting. Also, we're going to need butcher paper to protect the fabric. We can also place a piece of butcher paper inside the pillowcase to prevent staining on the back part. Using a lint roller, clean up the surface before placing the design. Center and align the design, then secure it with the heat-resistant tape so it does not move when pressing to prevent ghosting. Don't forget to check the description down below because I'm going to leave the list and links of all the products used in this tutorial. I am going to press them at 400 degrees for 40 seconds. If you are not sure about the temperature, time and pressure, read the suggested transfer instructions in the back of the sublimation paper. I will press the smaller design first, but before pressing, place a piece of parchment paper on top to protect the fabric. Like I mentioned before, I'm going to press it for 40 seconds at 400 degrees. These cushion pillowcases were made using 95% polyester fabric. Stay tuned because I am preparing a tutorial to show you how to sew your own cushion pillowcases for sublimation. Looks beautiful. Now let's press the bigger design, always at 400 degrees for 40 seconds, and placing a piece of parchment paper on top. Let's be careful while doing this process because it's extremely hot. It's preferable that you use heat-resistant gloves. Love how they turn out. If you would like to get these designs, visit me on my website where you may download them for free. I will leave you the link in the video description down below. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like my video and press the notification bell. Thank you for your visit and I'll see you in my next tutorial.